Hey, let's continue our one-page site tutorials. Here's another page we've made. It's pretty simple. It's very pink, but again, it's just illustrating how with just images and, carefully thought out content, you can make it look more extravagant than it actually is in terms of building. By the way, we've got a logo over here with some social sharing icons either side. We've got a menu here, and the idea behind this menu is it sticks when you get to the top. See that? It's down there. When you scroll down, it now sticks to the top. We have some boxes over here, one with some text, header, a call to action button, and then just fancy images that I've actually just created in Canva, converted them into WebP, brought them over. Then we've kind of duplicated it over here with a slight shift of layout. Again, same thing, another slight shift of layout, and now we've got a subscribe form in the right-hand side. Then we have a slight change in color. I was very careful with the colors I selected to make sure they complemented the images, so they're not like too bold or brash out there. And this over here is basically another image with lots of smaller images inside, and when I show you how to do that, it is so simple. And then we just have a basic footer. So how was this all created? And this is all really simple stuff. So we're using Elementor at the minute. We have a container at the top. This container contains inside of it two social icons and an icon box. The container to start with is a boxed 1000, just so we have everything sat in a particular size. It is set as a row, so the three items we have in there sit side by side, and we also have it in the center. So if I'd gone like that, the items would be all the way over there. I hope that makes sense. If we've gone for column, you can see what's happening at the moment. The other thing also is you'll notice that it is set to be end. So if I go with center, it's like that, top would be like that. You will say, though, that even though that is center, it's not bang on in the center, and that's because each of these has some bottom margin applied. Let me just put that back to that. So that's the container, really simple, and it's got a background color, and that's it. Social sharing icons are literally just icons with a circle, and we've then gone and applied some custom colors. There's that pink color over there, and again, I made sure the color palette fit with the images. If we go over here to advanced, you can see there's got a 38 bottom margin. That was just to lift it a little bit. I didn't like it being, look, let me show you. This is how it looked at the bottom. Doesn't look so good, does it? Whereas if I apply that, it's a little bit more in line with the tap into feel good vibes, and it just worked a little bit better. And the same was done with the social sharing icons on the other side. Then we get to the icon box. Now, why did I go for an icon box? Well, pretty simply, because A, I could add in an image if I wanted, which I didn't want, so that's why I got rid of the image. I didn't need an image. But I could put in my header, I could put in my text. I could also apply a border around the entire icon box. So after I went and did my styling with the colors and the size of the letters and all of that, I went over to advanced, went down to border, gave it a solid border of 1, and I gave it this kind of very darkish, bluey, navyish color, which you can see over here as well. That just means now we get this nice little border effect. If I wanted to do that, without using the icon box, I would have had to have added in a container inside of it. So I would have had social icons, container, social icons, and inside of the child container here, I would have had a header and a text editor. The icon box just gave it to me all in one widget, really. So you could save yourself the hassle, or if you want to do it, manually, you can go and do that as well. We then have this container here, which is just a nav menu. Again, boxed 1000. It's just set. It's set as a row, but it wouldn't make much difference if it was row or column. It's set on center. It has nothing but the nav menu. The key bit, though, is that when you get to your advanced, there was a little bit of padding applied at the top. The reason why is because I just wanted to get rid of the fact that this is actually a fake nav menu. It's just a text editor, which you will have seen me using in previous videos, and I haven't added in the code yet that gets rid of the extra carriage return. I've got videos on that. I was a bit lazy, so I've just added in a bit of padding to sort that out. Anyway, the key bit about the container is when you go to advanced and motion effects, this has got a sticky top. If it did not have a sticky top, it would just scroll away. But because we've made it a sticky top, it will now sit there until you get to the top, and now it sticks. So that's another clever way of how you can have your menu below the hero banner, and as you scroll up, it then sticks to the top, rather than being stuck to the top from the get-go, depending on the type of image you've got. Then we get down to these containers here. I'm just going to move this down a little bit here. Here, Sorry, let me get it right. This container does contain 3 child containers. Let me just make sure you can see that. So we've got a parent container, which is 1,000. Everything is set in a row with space between. There's no need for wrap, so it's a row. So the child containers sit side by side, and we've said do space between so that we get the equal spacing in between them, because this is 1,000 pixels wide. The child containers in here are all very, very similar. Okay, if I click, it doesn't matter, to be honest, it doesn't matter which one I click on. There's nothing going on because they're all defaulted to columnar, so everything sits below one another. And then all I've done is just modify the background. Some of them have got a white background, some of them have got an image, some of them have got an image and a bit of text down here. Now, this particular container here, the justified content is set to the bottom. If I take it off, the words go up. You put it there, it goes to the bottom. This container, there was no real need for it. I just dropped the items in. And this container doesn't have much going on for it, except it has got an image. Now, one thing you should bear in mind, though, if I go over to this container, you will notice here I have the align items to stretch. And at the moment, we have space between. Well, I've told you what space between is, because look, if I do that, oh, it won't do it, sorry, because they're all equal. Sorry, ignore that one. If I set this to start, look what happens. Now the containers, the child containers, are only as high as the content. So you got some wording here, and this one, well, it's got nothing in it. And to be honest, if you start viewing it on a live, it's going to look like that, because there is literally nothing in it. Only in edit does it look big. But if you then stretch this to align the items, no matter what size of screen you're on or how you're viewing it, it will appear like that. So you get that consistency without having to add in a spacer. Do you remember those days? You put in CSS code and say column height is 300 pixels or whatever, or VH, or you dropped in a spacer and you spent time trying to adjust it, and you kept adjusting it for all the different screen sizes. Well, this is all it is. It's pretty simple. You will notice that the button has a bit of a border going on, and all of these containers, if we go to the border for them, they have a 20 all the way around border, and they also have a box shadow. If I take the box shadow off, it looks pretty flat. You can see the difference now. And there is a pink border as well on some of them. And if I do the box shadow, it now jumps out and just looks a little bit more, nicer in a way. The next container below here, oh, by the way, I should mention though, in the parent container for the top row, we did have some padding of 60 and 40. Why do I only have 40 in the bottom? Well, that's because we have 40 here and 40 there, so I want to just make it consistent with the spacing here. Now, when we go to this container, it is an exact copy of what we had above. The only difference is I've just shifted around which one had words, which one was white, and whatever. And that is literally it. Okay, that's literally it. Just like over here, we then had another copy. And this time again, let me get rid of that. All we've done is shift the wording, the image, and we've gone and added in a header, a bit of text, and we've added in a form which just has the email. So you could use it as building up hype for a newsletter, or building up your customer list, or, you're about to launch or something like that for your mailing list and all that. Then down here, oh, by the way, this final container here, this is where we then dropped in about 80 just to create a bit more space down here. If I go over here, I think, yeah, there's a reason this is 60. If I add in 80, when you're viewing it, it appears too big. So I dropped it back to 60 because there's already a little bit of spacing there, and then I found that 80 worked better there. So sometimes you've got to look at it visually as well. Look at it, measure it with a pixel ruler if you want. This container here is probably one of my favorite ones, just because how simple it is. This is one of my favorite containers. Basically, it is set to be 650 in width, mainly because 1000 started to look a little bit bigger than I really wanted it to look. Let me put that back to 650. We've got a minimum height of 60 for the VH. And the contents of this basically are inside here. We have another container. In fact, this is a copy of what we had here. I just took this, dropped it into here, made sure I only had one container in here, and because the width of this is kind of automatically like 1000, it's not, it doesn't even say it here, but it's automatically 1000, and it is centered, it gave me a nice size. I hope that makes sense what I'm saying there, just one instead of three. Now inside of here, we already had the text because it's picked up from here. We changed the image. inside of here, above the text, we dropped in the gallery. Look, there's the gallery. You know, the gallery you get with Elementor, and I just dropped in some images. I could drop in whatever I want. And when I just styled it, you know, I've got 4 columns. I mean, 4 columns looked too, you know, 2 columns was too big. But 3 kind of worked quite well there. And when I set the aspect ratio to be 1:1, normally your images might be something like that, 6:19 or even 4:3. I've set them to be 1:1, so I get a square design going on there. And then I just played around with the settings a little bit to get this particular look. And what you have, I mean, these images, they're not going to open up on you. I have disabled over here the link, so I don't need it to go to a media file. But what you get is just a nice looking image. And that, to someone looking at that, they're going to think you created that in Canva or Photoshop or whatever, and then you've added it in. The beauty about this is, over time, you might go, oh, we don't want this image now. Now we want to swap out another image, or we want to swap the order of them, you know, however you want to do it. You could do that, and it just creates it for you. So it's a really cool way of doing like images with it inside images. What we tend to do is we get an image and we overlap it. And when you have like a shadow effect or something going on, you can be quite creative. You know, you don't have to go over the top. And then below here, we just have another container with basically 3 child containers, and each one of them now contains loads of text for your footer. This is a very, very simple looking website, which starts to feel very like, it feels like a bit, you know, modern a little bit. You know, it's got that kind of feel-good vibe about it. You know, I mean, it could be used for so many different items. But again, you will have noticed there's a bit of a pattern with the last 3-day videos I've done with how I'm just using text and images, placements, layout, and breaking the norm of how we tend to just rearrange items. So you can be a bit different with your layouts. I mean, can you imagine this being used as a portfolio? You know, you could have some text and images going on here, and then a bit more text, rather than just image, 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 image. You know, think out the box. I'm Imran Web Squadron. Like, subscribe, share, and follow. I'll see you.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring.